Hello everyone! This will be our first video on how to integrate for sales directors' multi-agent systems with AI to make their job easier.
Hello, we are currently looking to fill a critical position in the company, the Operations and Maintenance Sales Manager. It is a key position for us because it involves not only managing commercial opportunities, but also preparing technical and economic budgets, maintaining strategic relationships with our customers, leading tenders from the beginning to the final signature, and ensuring a high quality in the follow-up of the service offered. In addition, we need someone who has a deep understanding of the renewable energy market and who has both technical and commercial skills. But, honestly, I am worried that after investing time and resources in training and adaptation, this person could end up leaving to another company for a better economic offer. Do you think there could be an alternative that reduces this risk and gives us more stability in the long term?
I fully understand your concern, and in fact, it is a very common occurrence. You did know that the person you hire today may leave tomorrow for another company for money, right? This creates not only huge hidden costs, but also loss of valuable knowledge, operational disruptions, and, potentially, loss of important customers. The impact can be felt for months. Turnover in strategic positions like this affects not only the numbers, but also team morale and continuity in customer relationships.
Exactly, that's the risk we want to mitigate. Do you have any concrete proposals that we can explore to solve it?
Of course, precisely for this type of situation, there is an increasingly widespread and effective solution: multi-agent systems with artificial intelligence. These systems make it possible to cover all the strategic and operational functions of a position as complex as that of the O&M Sales Manager, but with great advantages over traditional recruitment. We are talking about technology that not only automates tasks, but also learns, analyzes, and proposes.
Let's see. Explain to me briefly how this multi-agent AI thing works, in our specific case. How could it fit into our day-to-day life?
Look, basically, a multi-agent system consists of different specialized artificial intelligences, each with specific tasks and connected to each other. It's like a team of digital experts working together. For example, for your position, we could have one agent in charge of analyzing the history of budgets and contracts to identify patterns of success, another financial agent to evaluate the real impact of sales and margins, one more dedicated to capture, record, and analyze meetings to detect latent opportunities or risk signals, another that measures the internal climate through periodic surveys, plus one focused on actively seeking new business opportunities through intelligent scraping and market analysis, and another that is responsible for segmenting and optimizing the management of existing customers using advanced techniques such as RFM analysis, average ticket, and customer life cycles.
Wait a minute, so you mean all of these functions could be performed without hiring a new person?
Exactly. But in addition to operating automatically, this system can also operate in a hybrid model, supervised and controlled by a real person. This is where the flexibility of the system comes in. You can choose to have these agents operate fully automatically and autonomously, or you can have a human, either internal or external, make strategic decisions based on alerts, dashboards, executive summaries, and detailed reports that these agents generate in real time.
Could that human be an insider who already knows our company, our way of working, our customers, and priorities very well?
Yes, that is precisely a highly recommended option. You could use an internal person who already understands your business philosophy and strategy. This makes decisions fast, accurate, and aligned with your corporate culture. But you could also consider having an external expert, someone with fresh insight, experience in other markets or sectors, and new strategic perspectives to oversee and guide the multi-agent system at key moments or early stages.
It is interesting. I understand then that these multi-agent systems bring stability to the position, reduce risks associated with turnover, avoid talent and knowledge leakage, and also provide a deep analytical knowledge that could hardly be achieved with only one person. But would it really be as efficient as a person with years of experience?
Not just as efficient, but generally more efficient. Think about this. A human can analyze dozens of contracts in a week if he or she is dedicated exclusively to it, but a multi-agent system can analyze thousands in minutes, detecting patterns of success, hidden opportunities, recurring deviations or errors, and potential risks before they escalate. Moreover, it is not subject to common human errors such as fatigue, lack of focus, or subjectivity. And it is active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with no breaks, no vacations, no interruptions.
Okay, I get it clearly. It seems like a powerful tool. Now, in terms of cost and implementation time, would it be more or less complex than hiring a person from scratch and training them?
That's a great question, and we'll address it in detail in another of our videos, where we'll talk about the specific implementation phases. For now, let me assure you that the initial cost is quickly recovered, not only because you reduce recurring costs such as salary, training, and benefits, but also because you substantially increase the accuracy and speed of business decisions, which translates into revenue optimization, improved margins, and reduced strategic errors right from the start.
Fantastic. It seems to me a very attractive alternative. I want to know in more depth each of those agents you mentioned, understand what specific tasks each one performs, how they communicate with each other, and also understand how exactly those phases would be to implement the system in our company. Will we see it in the following videos?
Exactly. In the next videos, we will explain in detail each of the agents, their specific functions, how they add real value to the day-to-day work of the O&M Sales Manager, as well as the clear phases of implementation, the key points of integration with your current systems, and the different hybrid options I mentioned, so that you can adapt the model to your real needs.
Very good. I am looking forward to learning more about it. It seems to me a solution for the future, with an impact from the present. If I have any doubts before and I want to get in touch with a person to clarify them, can you provide me with a contact?
Of course you can. You can contact our expert Antonio Fresco Navacerrada via LinkedIn. He will guide you through the process and will be able to clarify any other doubts you may have. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to be more informed about how artificial intelligence can help to improve the functions of sales managers.